All right, my name is J.R. Guajardo, and these are my audience members. And this is my persuasive speech presentation. Don't buy a puppy mill puppy. Don't buy a puppy mill puppy. If you have a dog, you know what kind of value they can bring to your home and to your life. Unfortunately, we are sacrificing the livelihoods of millions of dogs each year to make the dream of getting that brand new puppy a reality. The USDA has permitted the establishment of puppy mills and has done a poor job controlling their operation. Ensuring a shift in this multi-billion-dollar industry of dog breeding, from puppy mills that are given the opportunity to make wild profit on the harm of cats and dogs, to putting pets in people's homes through responsible, caring pet breeders, is a must. The cruelty that exists in this industry is allowed by the under-enforcement of puppy mill regulations, as well as the continued demand from retail pet stores to supply puppy mill puppies to the general public. Standing behind the idea that your dog should come from a place where dogs are bred properly can be done through individual action, supporting members of your local government, and giving energy towards groups such as ASPCA. Let's get started by addressing the problem. AnimalRescueCorps.org shares that there are an estimated 15,000 puppy mills in the U.S. alone. In these mass production factories, dogs are forced to produce litter after litter of puppies, supplying nearly 100% of the dogs sold in pet stores and directly to consumers online and through newspaper ads. Each of these facilities contributes to the 500,000 puppies sold at retail pet stores each year. What most of these dog owners don't know is where their new friend is coming from. While the USDA does maintain regulation over these facilities, it is assumed that many puppy mills operate outside of USDA guidelines. Many of the dogs in these living conditions suffer heavily from overexposure to the sun and from being kept outside year-round. Not only are they outside, but in unkempt, often undersized wood and wire kennels. Unfortunately, since puppy mills operate with the intention to maximize profits, they neglect adequacy of living conditions. The dogs remain in these kennels 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for their lifetime, despite their perpetual need for unbarred access to outdoor exercise. This results in the building of pus under their eyes and excrement on their fur. USDA provisions require one or more exercise periods during the day, and those are unenforceable. The USDA also explicitly prohibits the stacking of cages and wire flooring, yet there are stacked rows of dogs with sores on their legs from having limbs slip through the wire flooring into another dog's overcrowded home. The ASPCA also states that the USDA only requires a cage to be 6 inches longer than the length of the dog itself. Cages should be at least twice that size, if not larger. Dogs known as brood bitches are kept perpetually pregnant, having as many as 50 puppies in their lifetime before being killed. Though constantly pregnant and nursing, they receive little veterinary care, and their puppies are often prematurely taken from them, leaving the puppies to starve without the knowledge to eat. Congress passed the Animal Welfare Act in 1966 to establish minimum standards of care for animals bred for commercial sale. Inspectors for the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services within the USDA are responsible for inspecting thousands of puppy mills. However, the lack of members and limited authority allows for inconsistent inspection of kennels and a rare enforcement of anti-cruelty laws. Offenders even refuse admittance of inspection in these rural areas where mills are operating, and despite the lack of compliance, puppy mills may remain in operation while accepting punishment for violation. One specific example of cruelty can be found in the USDA inspection of Kimberly Alexander in Gamma Arkansas. In the Humane Society's USDA inspection report quotes examples of severe violations. Upon the review, the program of veterinary care document, the licensee was indicated to be the person responsible for euthanasia, and the method of euthanasia was not specified. The applicant stated that she would bend the head a certain way and the neck would break. Seeing as this is not something responsible dog owners may let continue to happen, I propose a shift in the dog buying industry. The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, established by Henry Bergh in 1866, enforces policies including fighting puppy mills, protecting horses from slaughter, putting a stop to animal fighting, and protecting farm animals. The strength of this agency and many others nationwide spawned from the public will to stop animal cruelty. This, combined with legislation against animal cruelty, can stop the abuse generated from puppy mills. Breeders who are taking care of their dogs properly need help infiltrating the ads in newspapers and websites. The puppy mill owners also own the classified section of our local newspapers. Asking local, state, and federal officials to push legislation bettering the conditions of puppy mills and other animal welfare is one way to get the government to see this issue seriously. You can also find out whether candidates are animal friendly prior to election by asking them whether they would be in favor of laws regulating commercial breeders and if any actions would be taken against puppy mills in the community. The Humane Society's Puppy Mill Facts and Figures list of 2015 estimates that 25% of all dogs in animal shelters are purebreds. Often, retail stores purchase dogs from puppy mills because they are able to pay significantly less for purebreds than if they were able to get them from a full care facility. By eliminating the ability to sell puppies at retail stores, the market will be reverted to local breeders in the online community, which does a great job of speaking for the quality of care where care is given. Also, report incidences of animal cruelty to your local animal law enforcement agency. Be an active voice for those who can't speak for themselves. DoSomething.org states that every year in America, it's estimated that 2.1 million puppies are sold that originated from puppy mills, while 3 million are killed in shelters because they are too full and there aren't enough adoptive homes. The inevitable mass reproduction of dogs has no need of being manipulated by harsh birthing and living conditions for what turn out to be sick dogs. Caring breeders and natural selection have the strength in numbers to satisfy the needs of families all across America. When it comes to change, all arenas are alike. Change starts with the individual. While puppy mills produce over 2 million new puppies every year, the supply can be decreased by a correlating decrease in demand. Don't purchase your new puppy from a place where puppy mill puppies are sold. Be an advocate about the dangers associated with these facilities. Education is the greatest way to right a wrong. There are plenty of organizations, such as the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, the Animal Welfare Institute, and the Animal Defense Fund. Stand behind them with your time, letters, money, or gifts. They have the power to end the cruel and harsh distribution of dogs through newspaper ads, online ads, and pet stores nationwide. Share what you know about puppy mills with friends and family to play your part in the widespread knowledge of responsible animal care. Puppy mills are widespread throughout the United States today, but through education and smart decision making, they can be a problem of the past. Thank you.